What's up, everybody? It's Marco from Digital Dash. In this video, I want to talk about simple mistakes that you can avoid making simply by being an informed trader. Basically, the market is already going to take enough money from you. You do not have to volunteer more money by making these simple mistakes that you can easily avoid. So these are some of the mistakes that I made in the past, and even with this trade I'm in now, I made some of these mistakes I'm gonna cover in the video. So let's get right into it. The main thing, and this should definitely already be in your routine by now, especially if you're somebody who is trying to take this seriously. The number one thing, you need to be informed as a trader as much as possible, as much information from the charts, as much information from the news as you can to give you an edge. And something as simple as making sure you're checking the news is very important. So in TradingView, you got an economic calendar. It'll even show you the impact of the news that's releasing. So this is going to be high impact news here. On Tuesday, housing starts. Housing starts month over month. And then you got some news like jobless claims, right? Initial jobless claims. It'll show you the bars next to them, how likely they are to impact price or impact trading decisions. Today was Wednesday, and we had FOMC today. That's very high impact news. Anybody that's been trading for a while knows that you'll usually see huge spikes in price on the chart. You'll see huge fluctuations when it comes to price. So FOMC is definitely something you want to pay attention to. Not only the day that it happens and the time that it happens, but also leading up to this. There's a lot of times where you can avoid choppy conditions and you can avoid consolidation because leading up to this high impact news, you'll often see consolidation or indecision within the market where we're not really picking a direction or we're not really following through up or down. We're really kind of moving sideways. So even just being informed in that aspect can help you avoid taking unnecessary trades. But it's also important to pay attention to, because if you're in a trade, then you need to definitely be aware that this could just shoot straight to your stop loss or shoot straight to your TP. It could definitely influence and affect trades that you haven't taken, trades that you're about to take, trades that you're already in. So for example, this is a position that I've been in since Monday, and yesterday we came very close to overnight. We came very close to getting stopped out. We started moving up right before New York session, and I wasn't paying attention. I'm already inside the position, and what do we have? FOMC. This is the FOMC candle right here, 2 o'clock Eastern time on this Wednesday. Just like we looked at on the economic calendar. FOMC came out, Powell started speaking, we got a huge move back to the upside, right? We were already down here. We were already down a good amount of money. If this would have shot in the other direction or decided to sweep liquidity and hit my stop loss before moving up, it would have been an L that I just should have stayed away from, or at least been aware that we had pending news and it was something I should pay attention to, right? So news is definitely one of the biggest things to pay attention to make yourself an informed trader and avoid taking unnecessary risk. If there's major impact or major news, you can always close your positions, wait until after the news announces, wait to see what structure is formed and what new information has developed, and then get back in, right? So that's number one, is not being aware of the news. There's no reason to not be aware of the news. And I'm telling myself that I need to take my own advice. Number two is trading the wrong contracts, right? So trading the wrong contracts. There's a lot about contracts when you're trading futures. Something I didn't really pay attention to. Honestly, I was focused on the trading, but this is very important, making sure you're trading the right contracts, because this has definitely happened to me before. So again, the reason I'm making a video is because this is something that's happening right now. This contract that I'm in, if we look down here, it expires tomorrow. Friday, March 21st, this contract expires, and I'm currently in the swing position, right? So what this is causing me, what this means is, let's say we close right here by the end of the day tomorrow. My position is going to close here, and if I chose to roll it over, my new position would now be in here with the same stop loss. In here with the same stop loss and the same take profit. And now my trade is completely skewed because my entry where I really want to be in is down here. But now I have to close out and reopen the trade up here because I wasn't paying attention that this contract was expiring. right? So something as simple as not paying attention to your contract is going to make you take unnecessary losses. It's going to add another layer of risk onto your trades, and it may even affect the entire trade, because if we look at our indicators, this contract is receiving considerably less volume than here's the contract for next month. Much more volume on the contract for next month, right? It's been actively traded by more people. It's much better to be using this contract than the one that we're still using. So even that is something that you got to pay attention to. And this happened to me. Another thing that happened to me, which is crazy. You guys see I trade MES. This is what I need to trade in order for my account size. This is what I need to trade for my risk parameters. I have made the mistake of looking at ES, which is 10 times larger than what I trade, and accidentally pressing buy and sell on this and opening up a position that's 10 times the risk that I'm able to take. Right, so I was extremely over leveraged because I was doing my analysis here and I accidentally executed here because I wasn't paying attention. So again, just failing to be informed as a trader. Something as simple as just paying attention to what chart you're on, right? Paying attention to margin requirements. I didn't even know I was able to open a position that was this big. So definitely don't trade the wrong contract. Definitely don't trade the wrong expiration, because those are some of the things that you're going to be, those are some of the problems and some of the risks that you're going to be running into. Another thing is, and this is the third thing, I'll make a completely separate video about this, but the discrepancy between the actively traded contracts and the continuous contracts. So what I mean by that is we have ES here. If you type in ES and you click ES, this is the chart that you get. But if you type in ES and you go to this drop down menu here, you can see the actively traded charts. So for the future of the March 2025, the one that's about to expire here, if we open it up, now you're seeing, right, this candle's at the low, same thing, this level of resistance is under here, under these daily highs. Now these are at completely different levels than the continuous contract. On the continuous contract, that same level, we're above it right now. Right, so imagine you're looking and doing your analysis on this contract, and you're not paying attention, you're not informed, you're making trading decisions based off of a contract that you can't even trade, and you're trying to short it because we already got that retest. Look what will be happening. Right, so something as simple as paying attention to the actively traded contract is going to either work in your favor or work against you if you end up making a mistake. Right, so those could be separate points. Those could be separate points, but I kind of, since they're all contract related, I kind of tie those all into the same one right there. Is, trading the wrong contracts, not paying attention, trading the wrong size. That's happened to me before too. But we can make that for number 3. Again, coming down to execution error. One thing I've done before was, you got a trade set on, and I like to execute on TradingView. I'll put this on, and I'll go ahead and right click on it to create my order. Sometimes you'll see TradingView might open up based on your account size and have 6 contracts in for you automatically, because it's automatically adjusting, and I believe it's some type of dynamic or variant risk based on your account size, based on the stop loss of this trade. And I've seen that happen too. Just yesterday I placed a trade and I ended up six contracts deep. Wasn't paying attention. Again, eager, looking at the chart, locked in, not paying attention. The only thing I'm seeing right now is this blue buy button I'm knowing that I need to press. Wasn't paying attention to how many contracts were selected. Only my take profit, my stop loss being set, and where I was going to get my entry. Was not paying attention. Got into a trade 6 contracts deep. Luckily I closed it. It moved 1 point in my favor before I closed it. But that's something that you have to pay attention to, is simply just over leveraging like that. Now, what's going to happen immediately. Immediately, as soon as you get into that trade, fear and greed that you didn't plan for, because this is something outside of your plan. Trading with 6 contracts instead of 1 or 2 or 3 was outside of your plan. So now you don't know how to manage that much size. You've never been trained for it. You didn't prepare for it psychologically. And you're either going to say, okay, well, I really like this analysis and I'm already in 6 contracts deep. Maybe I can let it ride and maybe I can get rich from this one trade. Or you're going to panic, I'm in 6 contracts deep. It's already moving against me. Let me try to hold it real quick and see if it can come back. I've already lost too much money. This is more of a loss than I was prepared to take. And you stay in the trade hoping it comes back and you blow your account, right? So too much size is the easiest way to instantly go on tilt. It's the easiest way to instantly go on tilt. So, and that's a mistake of just trading on autopilot. So that could be number 4 is trading on autopilot, right? You're just looking for the setups. You're not paying attention. You're not double checking everything. It's good to be in a flow state, but you're too locked in. You're extremely locked in. So that's one of the things you just need to not do, right? Make sure you're checking your bases. And that's one of the reasons why I do like being able to trade the higher time frames, because now you're able to take a step back and make decisions without being so rushed. You're not in such a hurry to make a decision, because time is not as valuable as it is on something like the 5-minute. You're not constantly or you're not having to make a split-second decision, and doing things like skipping over the things that you need to check, right? So that's something to pay attention to. And then the last thing is reviewing your previous trades. Reviewing your previous trades. And of course, this is less of a mechanical error and more of a process error, more of a habits error, right? This needs to be a routine. This is more of a routine error. This needs to be in your routine, because simply, while all the rest of these are a problem of execution, right, and just making a silly mistake, this one can really just help you all across your trading, even when it's not coming to your execution, by simply just getting you in the right mind frame. If you just took a trade and it went against your rules and it didn't work out, and you put it in your journal, but you don't review it the next day before you start trading, or you don't take a note of it and put it at your desk or put it in your Discord channel to look at before you start trading, you can easily just go and make the same exact mistake, and it's going to cost you, right? When you could have just simply said, reiterated, like an affirmation, like a mantra, before the trading day starts. Yesterday I traded against the trend. Today I will not trade against the trend. Right? Simple. And again, this is not an error of execution. This is not, this is just what you need to be doing as a trader to make sure you're on the right side of the things. You're in the right mind frame. You're able to learn from the lessons. You're able to learn from your mistakes. What is this? This is in order. You're able to learn from your previous mistakes and not make the same mistakes. So all of these things are very important. Just to recap, not being aware of news, the easiest thing to fix before the day even starts. It could be 7 a.m., it could be 8 a.m., it could be 7 p.m. the day previous. Just check the news. It's right here. My Trading View, this economic calendar tab stays open. Make it a part of your routine. Be aware of the news. Then you got some of the foolish mistakes, some of the ones that are going to happen every once in a while, right? It's a legitimate mistake. It's not something that's, nobody says in their routine for the most part, oh, let me make sure I'm trading the right contract. So it happens every once in a while, but it is something that happens, and it is something that can cost you money if you make the silly mistake of doing it. So trading the wrong contracts, trading the wrong size, trading on autopilot, not paying attention, being laser focused, not checking what you're executing, what order you're putting in on what asset, and then simply reviewing your trades. Review your trades, get into the right mindset, ready to trade. Consider the mistakes that you made in your previous trades. Consider what you've done well in your previous trades, and take that positive momentum or that newfound awareness, take it into the next trading day, right? And use it to make great decisions. So again, all of my videos are just a note to myself. I'm going to review this. This is going on my channel. It's going in the archive of the videos that I'm going to have to look back and review whenever, if there's a period of drawdown or there's some self-doubt creeping in. I'm just going to review this video, make sure I'm going over all the things in this checklist, make sure my trading is good, everything's tightened up, everything's locked in. and I'm going to keep on pushing. So thanks for watching. Make sure you guys like and subscribe. I'll catch you guys in the next one.